using my water bottle. Hold up, hold up. I have another water bottle. Yes.
That's great. Well, back up a little bit more. So you don't get hurt.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey y'all, it's your girl Nima, back at it again with another video. I'm here with Andrea.
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Andrea. I am Nahima's friend. We have been friends for how long has it been?
2 years now.
It's been 2 years. We met at TV1. And now we're friends for life. She probably didn't know it before this moment, but now she does.
Stuck with her.
She's stuck with me for life. I love her energy, so I'm keeping her around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, so today we're doing a video. We're in Manhattan right now, right near the water. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. You know.
It's a beautiful scene though.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. So today we're doing a video, of course you can see by the title, how to get over your ex.
Yes.
But not just any ex, a long-term ex.
A relationship that you've been in for a long time. So we posted something on Instagram with 2 options. Everyone wanted us to talk about how to get past the long relationship, 6+ years, and how our toxic relationship changed us for the better. And I think it definitely did.
Oh, yeah,
and this is something we used to talk about a lot when we worked together. We sat right next to each other, so we would always talk about the things that we were going through in our relationship. It took a long time for us to get over it, but I think in the end it helped us to be better versions of ourselves.
It did. I think so we were supposed to make talking points, but we didn't because we were like, we're just gonna free throw it.
And because we drank.
Yeah, we just came from happy hour.
We started drinking, so we were like, we're
a little lit right now.
We a little shitty, but we could do this.
So okay, so let's start with how to get over your ex. I feel like there's no perfect guideline or like step-by-step. Or like I can hand you a blueprint.
By the way.
Huh?
That was perfect. Like what you just said, there's no blueprint, there's no guideline.
Yeah, like I can't like give you a book like, okay, go home, unfollow him, do this, do that. You could block your ex, you could unfollow them, you could do all that and it still won't work.
How about this? I'll do 30 seconds of your, like, the moment you decided that you were fully done. You know, like what made you decide that you were fully done, and how did you deal with those early days of being fully done? Like, did you go back to him? Like,
oh yeah,
how did you cope? You know,
like my ex cheated on me, and of course I didn't just quit after that. Like I was like, no, I really love him, I'm gonna stay with him. I realized I was done when like I just was so drained. Like I was so empty. Like I had nothing left. Like I pushed myself to the limit. I was like, I don't care. Like he cheated on me, he disrespected me. Like I'm still trying to like fight through this. I'm just trying to ride this wave, and I literally like could not do it anymore. Like I was so empty, I was so drained. It was affecting my family life, it was affecting my friends, it was affecting so many other stuff that I cared about. Like I cared so much about my life. I'm so passionate about life. Like I love life, I love people, like I love everything about it. And my ex was like just stripping me of everything. Like it was just like, dang, like I don't even know who I am anymore. And I think it's just that moment where you're just like, oh my god, like I'm just so like empty. Like I have nothing left of me. And like you look back and you're like, wow, like look at the person I used to be. I was so happy, I was so free, I was so carefree. I love hanging out with my friends, I love shopping, I love doing this, I love doing that. And then when you start to realize that you don't do that anymore, like that hurts. And you're just like, dang, like where do I go from here? Like I think you start to backtrack. You're like, okay, like how did this all happen, and like how do I pick it up from here? But for me, I'm not even gonna lie, it was never like one moment. Like it was never like this moment like I'm done and like I never went back. It never happened like that for me. I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like I went back and then I stopped, and then I went back and I stopped, until one day it really just like I met someone else, and then that just happened. Because sometimes you do have to meet someone else. That's true. Like I think that happens. Like that's my story.
Okay. That's Nahima's story. I drank too much. Dang it. Alright. My story. I was in a relationship for 7 years. We met in high school. We started dating in high school, though. I just said that. I'm mad redundant. We met in high school. We started dating. the beginning of our relationship was interesting. I mean, it was just high school. In my head, it was just like one of those things where I figured we would be together in high school, and I knew I was going on to college, so I didn't think that we would be together. We were together for 7 years, met in high school. Oh, I refuse to begin. But the beginning of our relationship was very rocky. I remember he was just very controlling, tried to tell me what I could wear and what I couldn't wear, what I couldn't do, who I couldn't be friends with. So I guess I got used to the idea of thinking that that was how a person showed that they care about you. And I was used to having someone who was completely and utterly obsessed with me, right? This sounds ridiculous, and I know a lot of times girls say like, oh, I want a guy who's just like completely in love with me and obsessed with me. Like, you don't understand what it's like to have a guy who is truly obsessed with you until you have one, and you're like, this is not healthy, this is not how a relationship should be. I wasn't happy, but I somehow managed to convince myself that he was the guy for me. Like convince myself that this is the person I was supposed to spend my life with, because no one else would care about me the way he did. No one else would look out for me the way he did, right? So our topic is how to get past the relationship. So we broke up so many times, and every time we broke up I was like, that's it, I'm done, I'm not going back, like this relationship is horrible, I cannot be with him. But I still went back every single time, and that's like something we spoke about all the time. Like, we always would be like, oh, I'm done. We always talked about how we were done, but we never really moved on. And for me, to be completely honest, I feel like I finally let go when I saw that he had let go. And that sounds so bad, but I needed that. I needed that. We need this video. I needed that push. So the last time I spoke to him was January this year. And I think what helped me to move on was something that he said, which sounds it probably sounds crazy, but I remember the last conversation that we had, he spoke about how he will never feel the same way about anyone else, the way how he felt for me. That I made that sound not like English, but basically he won't have the feelings for anyone else that he had for me, right? But he would always have someone in his life because he doesn't know how to be alone. He doesn't like the idea of being single. Wow, right? Yeah, he literally was like, I can't be by myself. I don't like it. I like to have something to look forward to. I like having someone to talk to. And to hear that there are people who truly feel this way made me think, wow, I never want to be that person who feels like I need someone. I can't have a full day without having someone I can check in with. I want to be independent. I want to just depend on me for my happiness. And
I agree.
I don't know, I feel like that really resonated with me. And that was like the beginning to me deciding, okay, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to date anyone, I want to work on me, I want to be happy just being me, I want to feel whole alone. So that's what birthed my belief in, I don't like the idea of when people say finding your other half, because I always want to feel whole alone. I don't ever want to feel like I need someone to complete me. I think another person should help you too. I don't know, I feel like it's nice to be in a relationship. You know, relationships are fun, and that other person should help you to somehow be better.
Think God created us for a relationship.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no way we connect with people and we're just supposed to like fight it and suppress it. Like, I don't want to connect with you. Like, no, it's natural, but sometimes we make it unhealthy where like we become dependent on that person. And it's just different seasons in life. Like, some people are just made for one season to teach you like, okay, be by yourself for now. Okay, this is what you don't want. Okay, like this is what you do want. So okay, like there are good people out here. Like, everyone teaches you something so different. So I feel like we can't like look at people, because that's what I had to learn like about me and my ex's relationship. Like, I used to hate him. Like, I'm just like, oh, like he's such a bad person, like I hate him, like I can't believe he did this to me. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, like we were so young. Like Andrea said, like I was also with my ex since high school, and I was with him for so many years, and that's so much pressure to put on a man, a young man, and me too. Like, that's so much pressure to put on two young people to act like married people when they're not. So it's just like, we were just acting like we were married. We were trying to like, I don't know, just act like we were like so much older and more grown than we were.
Yeah. And I think
they were just so bad. Like
there's also a lot of pressure, you know, when you're with your high school sweetheart, because you do have people in your ear telling you that it's not going to work out. So part of you is trying to prove that.
Yeah, seriously.
Part of you is trying to prove that it is real, and yeah, it's a high school sweetheart situation, but it can be real. It can work out, and you are convinced that you truly love this person, and it's gonna last forever.
That's so true. You're like, nah, we're gonna work.
Like, we're gonna make it happen.
You haters.
Yeah. Like all of them are haters. So like, we gonna be happy. We gonna be married.
We gonna have kids.
Which
like,
is crazy.
And that's what you want with them. You're like, yo, I'm gonna get married. Like, I've never envisioned myself having a life with someone other than my ex.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to marry him. Like, when you're so sure and confident about that, you don't want to give that up, because you're like, yo, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Like,
and it's comfortable. You're in a space where like you know how you want your life to go, which makes no sense, because I love my ex, but I was never in love with him. Like, I can never say that. I don't think I was in love with him. I've never been in love with someone. I loved him because I don't know. I don't think I was in love with him. Now that I think about it, because I always had these doubts, and I always knew that he wasn't. I always knew that I could. There's something out there that was for me, and it just wasn't him. Yeah. Because there was so much that was wrong with him, and a lot of things that I wasn't happy about. So many things that did not match with me. Like one, the religion thing is a huge thing for me. And I felt like I was pulling teeth. At one point I felt like I was forcing him to go to church with me, and I was like, I shouldn't have to force him. Like, I'm gonna bring him. I'm gonna have him find God on his own. Like, I can't do that for him, you know. Just a lot of things. His jealousy, like, he was controlling. He was extremely jealous. Oh my God, I couldn't do anything. It was horrible. I was stupid. I listened to him with everything because I wanted him to trust me, and I wanted. And
you try to accommodate like that person's insecurities.
Yeah,
like,
you shouldn't accommodate
like,
someone's insecurities.
It's fine, like, you know, like, this is how they love.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, I love this person, so I'm gonna conform to what they do.
And they say that. They will say, this is how I express my love. Like, I care about you, so I don't want anyone else seeing you like this. I don't want anyone else to see this part of you. Like, I don't want anyone to see your body and see you dressed like this.
Yeah. It's like, bro, like, no, someone who loves you will want you to be your best self. Like, and they would not be intimidated by that. They would be so okay and cool with your best self, because they would not be scared of it. They would not. Your best self does not feed anyone else's insecurities, and if it does, that's that person. That's not you. Like, that is never you. So it's just like, when you're young though, you don't realize that. Like, when I was young, I'm like, yo, like, this is how she showed love. Like, this is so, this aggression. Like, you know, this is what he does. Like, this is who he is. And then as you get older, you're like, wait, like, I'm not even like myself anymore. Like, you look in the mirror one day and you're like, why am I changing who I am because of somebody, to the point where I've lost myself and I don't even know who I am anymore.
I think that's another thing that's super important. I started to not know who I was outside of the relationship, and that was scary. I couldn't picture myself alone, and I think that's one of the reasons I kept going back. Every time we broke up, I went right back to him, because I was so comfortable. I had pictured a full life with this person.
Yeah, for the rest of your life.
So I was in my comfort space. I wanted things to work. Not even because I was in love with him, because I wasn't, but because I just couldn't picture anything else but that. Like, that's what I had pictured for so long. And then I read this post that I had sent to you that says, ready? I think it's important to realize that you can miss something but not want it back. There's so many other things. Like, I think during this time of trying to get over someone, you do anything to get over them. Like, you start to read things, you start to like put quotes up.
You go in beast mode.
Like,
you I'm reading books, I'm drinking tea,
you do everything. Like, now I gotta cleanse myself of this person. But it's like, think about it, everything in life is intentional. I think getting over someone, every move, whatever you do, everything it's all intentional.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, I think like to full circle, so we're not just like talking about our lives, but like, I think, so go back to what she said, how to get over your ex is very intentional. I don't think it's something that just one day you wake up and you're like, I'm so over him, like, oh, thank God, this is the day I've been praying for. That never happens. Like, bro, you go back and forth, and it's a process. Like, you have to realize you're not just gonna wake up. Okay, let me stop. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. Maybe some people
That's true, but
not wake up, but they're like, one day they're like, I'm done, and
I
then
guess
they really stick to it.
You come to a moment where you know that the relationship is over and you have to not go back. But what's important is that you need to find those things that will really make you not go back. Because you can convince yourself, you can tell yourself like, okay, I'm done, these are the reasons why. But it's so easy, especially because like my ex and I, we live in the same city. It was so easy for me to show to his job, show to his house, and like do that. Because I'm like, this is over.
If you have them on social media, I feel like you should delete them if you have them.
It depends on how far in the relationship it's been. Like 7 years, sometimes you have to. If it's been a long relationship,
I feel like in our case, like 7 years, I feel like you do. Because you're gonna see that person, you're gonna like the soul tie is so real, like the connection is so real. As soon as you see them, like I know every time I saw my ex, like I would just instantly feel like this feeling, like, and then you mistake that feeling for I need to be with them. Yeah. And you don't realize that's a feeling. It is, because you sorry guys, the camera died, but we're not gonna be too long because I don't know how much memory I got left. But yeah, I think you were saying
so.
What were you saying?
Beginning, we were in this long relationship. Middle, we knew that this relationship was toxic, but we tried to get out of it. Yeah. We tried to get over it.
Some people do get over it. Like,
yes.
Some people do grow together.
Yeah, I think we're officially at the ending stage of that whole whatever we went through, right? Because you were with your ex for how long? 7. Yeah, I was with mine for 7 years as well. That's crazy. Like,
yeah,
we were really here with all of it. Like
we have to like be 40.
We had, why is he texting me? We had I think like where I'm at now, like I said, a lot of it is just intentional. I knew that what he wasn't what I wanted, and I just had to let it go. I felt like I was being selfish holding on to him because I knew another person would appreciate him more than I did. Because he's a great person, just not for me. Aspirations and dreams, and he just wasn't there. And not only even that, like just in so many ways, he just wasn't what I wanted. And
I think that's so important when you said like he's not a bad person, but he's not what I wanted. Yeah. Because I think sometimes a lot of people are like expecting even videos like this to be like, well, like get rid of him, he's no good for you. But it's like,
I would never
he's
say
no good for you doesn't mean he's not good for someone else.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, that's what you have to let go. Like even if the other person is not willing to let go, like my ex wasn't willing to let go. There was times where I wasn't willing to let go, so I'm not even gonna act like I saw him. But there's a point where somebody has to make the decision to say like, yo, I'm walking away from this because it's not good for either of us, and we know it, but we can't help ourselves. And it's like, the older you get, it's like the more you take your life seriously, obviously, like, you know, like you're running out of time, as you should.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna take your life seriously, like do it in all areas, like your career, your spirituality, your relationships. Like the older you get, it's like,
why?
Yeah, like, wow, I really want to be this person, and say, like you set the bar for yourself. You cannot be that person still doing the same stuff you're doing. And I'm talking to myself too, because like I have to tell myself this too. I'm like, how do you, like, are you insane, or are you just like, are you crazy? How do you expect to be this person when you're still doing the same stuff that you were doing when you were like 16, 15 years old, even in college? And it's just like, you're supposed to learn and you're supposed to grow. Is it comfortable? Hell no. Is it fun? Hell no. Like, it's not pretty and it's not fun at all. Like, just like a lot of times we like to romanticize things and create this like pretty picture and stuff like this. It's just not pretty, and we just have to accept it. Like, it's not the type of stuff you post on Instagram, getting over my ex. Like, that's not the type of stuff you want to show. It's not a highlight.
That's another thing. I think I also took a social media break when I was doing all of this, because I was at a weak point and I wasn't gonna put up this facade like I was okay, and I was at this old strong, like, yeah, screw him. Oh, like I wanted to take time to myself to really process it and get over it. And Brittany Renner actually made a video about this, and she said something really interesting that I loved. And she said basically, like, whenever you have a thought about that person, because let's face it, when you're getting over someone, you're gonna have thoughts about them. Instead of trying to forget about those things, you have to just let that memory happen. Just experience it, allow yourself to really feel it, and it's okay. It doesn't mean like it's slowing down your process of getting over it. It just means like you're appreciating what you've had with that person,
being human, and
you're letting it go. Like, you're experiencing it, you're taking it all in, and it's just like, take it all in, feel it, look back on it, it's okay. Oh my gosh, one thing that makes you hold on to a relationship that you should let go are the good moments. Because you start to think, oh my god, but we had so many good moments. Oh my god, there's a dog here. Hi. So cute. But you start to think, like, I had so many good moments with him. And what if, I think it's also fair, you start to think, like, what if he moves on and I don't? What if I don't find someone else?
Yeah,
and that's another thing that hurts. Like, I literally, like, I want to say like 3 weeks to a month after my ex and I broke up, he got in a relationship, and I was just like, it hurt at first, but after a while I was like, this is a joke. Like, I don't want to.
He don't want to be alone.
He doesn't want to. I started to process it all. I was like, yeah, why was I so hurt about him being in a relationship? I know that this happened so fast because he doesn't know how to be alone. But also, aside from that, I shouldn't care about what he's doing. I need to move on for me.
That part.
And that's unhealthy. Like, it sucks for him. Years later, he'll probably realize what he's doing, and by then, I'll be okay because I'll have known that I healed on my own, and I got to this point. Like, you know, it was painful. Like, it really. Like, there were days where I really was just, I was depressed. Like, I was not happy. I was just like, I'm gonna be alone forever because this is the person I pictured my life with, and he managed to move on. And there's nothing scarier than watching someone move on when you have been with them for so long, you know. And I was at a really vulnerable place in my life, and that's another reason I didn't want to talk to anyone else, because I was like, I never want to be, I was that girl who used to talk to other people to get over something, and I don't want to be that person anymore. So I think it also takes a lot of just changing yourself and working on you and realizing the habits that you had that didn't work, and refusing to repeat old patterns, because I wasn't getting better results. So like, why would I repeat the same old thing? So I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to take this time out for me. Like, I'm cutting guys out. It sounds so stupid, and it's funny because a lot of people wouldn't understand it. Like, no offense, I know you like said sometimes it takes meeting someone else, but for me it was the total opposite. And this just goes back to how everyone's journey is different. Like, you know, you met someone different. I didn't meet anybody. Like, but I was just so blocked off. Like, I know I had a wall up, and it was unhealthy. I wasn't ready to get into an unhealthy relationship. I knew that the next relationship that I would be in, possibly if anything happened, I wanted it to be something that was healthy, that happened naturally and just flowed, and I wanted it to happen after I was over everything, or not even completely over, because sometimes it's hard to say you're completely over someone, but I wanted to be at a healthy place in my life. I didn't want to still be on him and like still watching everything he does, and I wanted to feel complete with just me, and I wanted to be happy because I wasn't happy in the beginning. Like, I was sad, I was hurt, like extremely. I cried. I don't cry.
As you should. Just 3 things how to get over your ex. Number 1 is like to let the process happen. Like, stop trying to fight the process. I feel like number 2 is to unfollow them on social media. If it's been,
social media it's officially a big deal. It's important.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, like, maybe some people don't feel that way. I feel that way, and it's our video, so.
This is what we say. This is how we say.
And number 3 is forgiveness to me. Like, so I feel like she said, like, you have to let the process happen. People don't want to process things. Like, they just feel like it's from point A to point B. Oh, we broke up, I forgive you, I moved on. Like, no, let yourself be angry, let yourself be sad, like,
you're
cry,
human.
all that.
Let your emotions,
like,
take it,
and you fight through it. Fighting through it is not, oh, it went away and now I'm over it. Fighting through it is, no, it's still here, and I'm literally getting through it until it's not here anymore. The anger is still here, the sadness is still here, the resentment is still here, the depression is still here. And one day I'm gonna wake up and it's not gonna be there, because I fight every day for my joy, and I fight every day for my healing. It's not pretty, so that's all I'm saying. People think this is some glamorous process.
No, that was everything she just said.
The after effect is good.
On point. Hurt is a strangely beautiful thing, because when I look back at everything that I've been through, I feel like I'm so grateful for everything I've learned. You know, just going way back to my first boyfriend in high school, from when I was a sophomore in high school, I learned so much because of that boy. Like, I experienced so much hurt. I get that it's just high school hurt, but it's still hurt. Hurt is hurt,
yeah,
right?
Hurt is hurt.
Like, he cheated on me all the time. This is the person I just gave everything to. I feel like I'm about to start a Taylor Swift song right now, but like, it's the person I gave everything to, and I was convinced that that was just it for me. And you know, like, he like tore me down, and I built myself back up again, because again, it sounds weird because I was in high school, but just the process of getting over it. And now I can look back and I can be like, why was I so stuck on that? And it makes you realize how much you can deal with. And and I know, like, my parents are Caribbean, and they'll always say God doesn't give you more than you can bear, right? So I feel like he gave me just enough to the point where I learned how to deal with struggles. I learned how to deal with heartbreak. I learned how to deal with triumphs. I learned how to deal with all these things, and I'm still here. I'm still stronger because of these things that I've been through.
Because it's like, I feel like when you go through hurt, you have this newfound appreciation for life.
Yeah, you do.
And you're so happy. You're like, yo, I made it through that. Like, I remember when we first started working, like, that was a good point in my life, like, when we met and stuff, because I was just so happy, like, because before that I wasn't happy, like, I was mad sad all the time. So when we met, I feel like I was a really good version of myself, because I was like, yo, I'm mad happy, like, I'm getting over my ex. Even though I was still, like, going back and forth, it was still like, yo, I'm enjoying life. Like, this is life, this is a journey. Like, I'm gonna stop putting pressure on myself. I'm gonna stop, like, you know, like, just overthinking. Like, I'm gonna just get through it. But I was just so happy to begin that process of letting, I think that was the start of letting go. It was like, okay, like, even if I still go back to you sometimes, like, I'm literally letting you go. Like, it's just not, I'm not the same person, and I know it. Like, I'm not that same sad girl who's, like, obsessed with you and all that. Like, so
and it feels better. Really, and you wouldn't have
courage. I just want to give a shout out to anyone who's going through heartbreak right now, and anyone who feels like they literally, like, can't get out of bed, or they just can't do it, like, they feel like it's impossible. And I actually just want to encourage anyone, because it takes so much courage to leave someone who you've been with for a while, and it just takes courage to leave someone who you really love, whether that's an ex or a friend or anything. So it's like, seriously, just want, like, anyone who's watching this and seriously going through something, like, don't give up, because it really gets better. Like, it really does. I'm not just saying
so much better.
Like,
and then you learn that there are so many other things out there. Like, I recently, even though, you know, I'm not fully on the dating scene right now, I recently not fully for reasons, but I learned that I learned that there are people out there who will make you realize that everything really does. I mean, you should know that everything happens for a reason. Yeah. But, like, I happened to accidentally meet someone.
You're spilling all the tea, y'all.
You know where I'm taking this. I was gonna talk about it, but, like, I accidentally met someone who made me realize that I wasn't asking for too much in life. So everything that I thought was wrong with everyone I was meeting,
that part.
I met, like, this person accidentally, which is what's making me really. No, stop it! I met someone who made me realize that, like I said, I'm not asking for too much. What I want is out there, and you don't have to settle because you think you're not finding it. And I think that's something that a lot of people do oftentimes. Like, we settle for less than we deserve because we think, like, oh my god, I'm getting old, I need to find someone. And
there's a billion people in this world, like,
you know,
even if they don't speak your language, you're gonna find them.
It'll happen.
Like,
and
come on, please do not settle. Do not settle. Even if someone's a good person, if you don't like them, like, bro, there is someone out there for everyone, and everyone should feel that romantic, passionate, loving relationship. Like, please don't settle, because you're just gonna be so unhappy. Like, come on.
You gotta be happy.
Comment below what you thought. Comment below if you're dealing with getting over an ex, how you're dealing with it. Comment below just to show love. Like, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. I don't ever force nobody to be
I've never done this. I'm like, subscribe.
Subscribe.
And the thing below.
Follow Andrea on Instagram right here. Follow me on Instagram right here. And we out, you know? I think that's it. It's your girl Nima.
It's Drea. Drea on the beat.
Hold on, I got more to say. I know my life can get so